And what is up? It is White Trash Donnie. Thanks for joining the Sloppy Syndicate Show. Friday evening, we have special talent. Don't panic in the house. They will be here shortly. Let's see who we have in the chat. We are currently streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and we will upload this to all the streaming platforms after the show tonight. So, what's up, Vic? Thanks for joining us. Ellie, Vato, Russ, exactly. Hit that like on your way in. What's up, Hemp Wizard? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for everybody. Tell your mammy, your pappy, your ninth cousin, the trailer park next door, whoever you want to tell. Sorry for the bare walls tonight. We are redoing the studio. I am soundproofing and adding some extra art. So bear with me. I will have that up and looking pretty once again for you folks that watch live. And without further ado, let's bring Don't Panic. So, and boom, there they are. What's up?
My man, hey, we're not sure what happened, but when the intro came in, you sound like Satan.
Do I sound better?
There's like a really deep, I don't know if it's a vocal effect on you, but yeah, you sound really. It's not what it's not what it was when we were off camera. Yeah, I don't know if you have an effect on your voice or something, but it sounds like super scary and slowed down. We can barely make out what you're saying.
No, let me see what's going on. But yeah, I don't have anything up, so that's crazy.
Do you remember that scene in Old School where he gets shot in the neck and he's all, "You're crazy, man. You sound like him."
let me go to the settings real quick and
put a dart in your neck.
You got a dart in your neck, dude.
All right, is that better?
Yeah. What is happening? No.
No? My settings are good.
Wow.
Huh.
Are we gonna have to do it like this, dude?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's really. Or is it in our settings? Let's try to mess with our settings.
No worries. I have all the time in the world. Let me know what I can do. I look good on my end.
Dude,
so.
This is really weird. Yeah, we don't know what's.
Real quick, can you just say you have a dart in your neck?
Yeah, can you say you have a dart in your neck?
I have a dart in my neck.
Is it us? Is it?
I don't know if it's us or what. I mean, we could try to get through it, but
you can try without the earphones. See if that maybe if that's the issue or.
Turn these off. See if it changes.
Is that any better?
No, they're not. You take them out of your head. Can they turn off? I think it's the settings. I think it's that thing that we did.
Is that better?
No, it's still doing it.
Check settings.
Yeah. Let me see.
Echo
cancellation.
That's our microphone.
That's fine. I mean, that's all it's giving me. Try it now, bro. Say something.
I got a dart in my neck.
Man. I don't know what's happening. We can barely make out what you're saying, dude. This is so bizarre.
It's very bizarre. Should we try to leave and then come back?
Yeah, and we'll kind of troubleshoot. So if you want to leave, pop back in, and then if that doesn't work, obviously it's something on my end. So I'll go with a different mic.
Oh man, do you want to try and call it on your phone?
All right, folks. This is what happens in real life. So yes, let's see if we can get them out and get them back in. Actually, all right, they popped out, so we'll let them in here shortly. Sounds good on this side. All right, awesome. What's up, Glorious? Thanks for coming in. Sounds good. No, Donnie, you have a dart in your neck. Wizard Ellie, what's up? Yes. So I sound all right, everyone? Thumbs up, thumbs down. We are going to work through this, and we are going to get into talking with them. So we will wait for them to pop back in. In the meantime, I will sing a song for you. So, all right, and here they are.
Much better.
Okay, they were saying the audience was saying you sound fine on our end. So I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah, no, dude. You remember that scene though in Old School where he gets shot in the neck and like time slows down? Okay, that's what that was. We're sorry, everybody.
So
Whoever's
sorry.
watching, like, yo, that was really strange and bizarre, but we are here.
Put this
No worries, no worries. It's a pleasure having you. Thanks for coming on the Sloppy Syndicate Show. And so yeah, let's talk about the band. The band is Don't Panic. And if you haven't really heard of them, check them out. They are fire. They are, I don't want to say, so the female singer has an eclectic, very electric voice, which we have with us tonight. And it's almost like a electronic / rock band. So you get a little bit of that electronic music as well as some of the heavy riffs and some rock and roll in there as well. So what's up, Beer of the North? Thanks for popping in. E-Rock, everyone else. If I miss you, I do not do it on purpose. So thanks for joining us. But yeah, so they have Sleepy, which is an EP out currently. A couple of years old. They have 2 songs out now, new songs, Eyes on Fire and 88 Miles Per Hour. So check them out. They're on all the streaming platforms. E-Rock, you love the shirt. Thank you. It's my Liger shirt. It makes me feel sexy. So
you look sexy.
Appreciate it. But yeah, so you guys have a pretty big year coming up. You are recording an album coming up here soon, shooting music videos. And March 3rd, you have another single coming out, correct?
30th.
The
March
30th.
30th.
Yeah, the 30th. We're re-releasing 88 Miles Per Hour under a new title.
Okay.
It's going to be Time Machine. So it's a little shorter, a little cleaner, a little more radio friendly.
Okay.
We have a tendency to kind of veer off into crazy land. So we had a producer kind of like reel us in a little bit and make us a little more accessible. So we'll be re-releasing that one on the 30th of March. Yeah. So.
I mean, that's a great song either way, but I'm stuck on Crush. That's my jam right there. Crush is probably I replayed it 5 times before the show tonight. So.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites too. It hits really hard. So.
Oh, for sure. I think that's why I like it so much. You get that, the electronic vibe, and it's like bam, in your face, rock and roll. But Donald Long says, I think Don't Panic does an awesome cover of a Mr. Blue Sky. Did you do a cover of that? No? I can't hear you. What's up, Travis? Thanks for coming in.
Oh, here we go. Can you hear us now?
Yep, we are good now. So.
All right. Okay. Sorry again, bro.
No worries.
Dr. Big Sky, is that what we heard?
Dr. Blue Sky. I don't know
Blue Sky.
Have you done a cover of that, or is that another band he's thinking of? Possibly another band. So.
Yeah, it's possibly another band.
Okay.
We did do a cover. We did a cover EP maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah, like 5-6 years ago. It was called Reanimation.
Yeah.
We covered Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, George Michael, and 9 Inch Nails. It was really interesting. It was really cool though. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think you're just missing, a couple maybe New Kids on the Block or something. Make it, all around 90s.
We tried to pitch that, and Jeffy was just like, no. He put his foot down.
He'll come around.
So we weren't allowed to do it.
He'll come around.
So Beard of the North. So when are they moving over to the deathcore scene? They have a very unique sound, so I would tell them to stick where they're at and just keep rocking it out, because you don't hear, once you listen to it, you'll understand. You really don't hear a band that kind of brings both vibes and mashes it so well together and rocks it out. So if you haven't heard of Don't Panic, well, you've heard of them now. So go check them out after the show, of course. Until then, we're going to get to know them a little bit more, ask them some questions, put them in the hot seat, just have a little fun, get to know them. 24 Blue Ribbon beers. Nope, yes. I'm drinking fancy tonight, so I'm known for Busch Light, y'all. Busch Light or PBR, and I found some fancy craft beer, so they're probably all making fun of me right now with my cutoffs and my wacky attire that I wear. So, and yes, but we're going fancy tonight, folks. No Busch Light, but yeah. So tell us a little more about the band, how you formed, where you started, where you're at, and I'll give you the stage. I'll talk all night. So.
Okay. Yeah. So Jeffy and I started the project, I think back in, I'd say like 2012, somewhere around there. And it was just kind of like a one-off type of thing. Like, hey, here's a song, see if you can write something to it. And the song title was Ninjas. And I was like, is there like a premise behind this or anything? What am I writing to? And he was just like, no, just like write whatever you want. So couldn't think of anything, and came up with a song about being paranoid and afraid of ninjas, and that's how Don't Panic started.
All right, so he's the lyrical genius, or both of you kind of hit at it?
No, we are very we have a weird working relationship. He writes a lot of the music, gets everything kind of going, and then passes it off to me and everybody else, and we do our parts, and then just I don't know how it works. It's the weirdest way I've ever worked before, but
But it works.
It works. It really works, and it's quick too. It's amazing how fast he can build an entire song, and then we have lyrics for it 24 hours later, and then we're releasing it or recording it, or it's really wild.
So do you have a name of the demo album coming up, or are you still working on that? Or
So we're kind of thinking, we're kind of like movie buffs and nerds and computer nerds and all of that. And we like science. So the name of the band is loosely based on Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
okay,
So we were considering paying like a little homage to the novels and stuff by naming the album 42, but we're not totally sold on it yet. I don't know. We're up for ideas if you have any ideas.
Yeah, it's up in the air, dude.
let me brainstorm. I can come up with some crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, it fits the band so well. Just the way you guys vibe and the music that you put out. Just that the EDC rock genre mashup.
Yeah.
I think it would only be fitting to kind of do something retro or something super colorful or crazy. So I think that just kind of fits the band's personality, in my opinion, just off of what I listen to. And, obviously I've listened to all the songs that you have out before the show. And yes, I'm still going Crush. You can't change my mind. That's my number one. But
It's a fun one to
good,
play
dude.
too. That's like probably one of the songs that I think we enjoy playing the most, just because it gets everybody like super pumped and
Okay.
people are moving by that.
So that was one of my next questions. What is your favorite song to play? So that's Crush. We got that out of the way.
Yeah.
What was the hardest? What would you say is the hardest part of commingling, or the hardest song that you guys wrote?
Personally, I would say Sleeper was probably the absolute hardest song for me to write to. Either Sleeper or I Am Moon. And the reason is because the time signatures are all over the place, and I'm like, where's the chorus? And they're like, here's the chorus, and I was like, what? So the Sleep EP is a very experimental kind of thing we sort of did. The first EP was very very eccentric and kind of like off the wall. Sleepy EP is a little more. We brought it in a little more
focused.
Made it a little darker. Made it a little more. Made you think a little bit more. I think the lyrics aren't quite as direct. It's a little more obscure.
Okay. And obviously, yeah. Go ahead.
What about me?
What was your hardest song?
Yes, tell us about you, sir.
The hardest song.
I know you haven't said anything. What is this?
He's like, I'm just here hanging out.
Listen,
Usually
I'm
he's the one
ready,
who doesn't
dude.
shut up.
I'm ready. She's
like the chatty Cathy usually.
Yeah, she's got the voice though. I mean, for me, when I came into the picture, Don't Panic was getting ready to. They were about to release the Sleepy EP, and so they had a show coming up, and I got tapped on the shoulder originally as a fill-in, and I had like 3 weeks to learn all of the songs.
We do that a lot.
And for me, it was probably those two, Sleeper and I Am Moon. Just because I hadn't played to we played to a click track, and I hadn't played to one of those since high school. And the way Jeffy kind of constructed the click track to those particular songs, there's not a lot of room for error there, and so especially in I Am Moon, that metronome, it plays with you a little bit, and so it keeps you on your toes. But those songs are wonderful pieces. I think they're story pieces. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's time signatures in there. Um, there's verses where normally verses don't go, type of things.
Yeah, we're definitely all over the place when it comes to arrangement. So
Yes.
sometimes that can be good, sometimes it's not. I don't know.
So what's up, Joey Sparks? Nick H, thanks for popping in. Pleasure to have you. So I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I get the Avril Lavigne vibe in the songs, and this is the first time you and I have seen each other face to face. So it's like the voice comes from her. So now it matches up. So a face with a voice. But yeah, I get and I hope you don't take offense to it. I get straight Avril Lavigne vibes when you're belting out. You're very eclectic. So it's a very good range of like I said before, a mix of a bunch of good stuff. So we have a question.
She makes lots of money, so I'm into it.
Right. What's the best or favorite thing about the process? That's a question from the audience.
Finishing it.
Yeah, getting it done. I mean, like she mentioned earlier, Jeffy's a genius, and I say that humbly. He's also a pain in the ass, but we love him. We love him, and
He's more of a pain in the ass than he is a genius.
I will tell you, dude, his sarcasm is elite level, God status, and
Totally.
it's a blessing and a curse. But with that comes just elite songwriting. Like, he really knows what he's doing. He's very, very efficient. His note choices are absolutely incredible. I mean, if you've heard the music, you know what I mean. It's different. So for me, like she said, the of getting through these songs, once you understand them, you've listened to them, and then you play through them, and then getting through them. For me personally, there's definitely a lot of gratification. So definitely finishing them.
Jeffy has a really deep understanding of music theory, and that's kind of his background. I think he was classically trained too. So that could be one of the reasons why he's so quick with just writing. It's insane.
And then he's like, "Come on, guys, pick it up! Like,
right,
let's
exactly."
go."
he is always waiting on us. It's never the other way around. It's really wild.
See, and I have a short attention span. I'm like squirrel, and then I'm done. So that's kind of my attention span. So I get what you're saying. Finishing something. I probably have 25 projects going on right now that I'm like, all right, I'll do this a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, and then it never gets done. But so any plans? Obviously, every band wants to tour, go on a big tour, things like that. So who are some of your influences? Maybe growing up or even currently that have kind of driven you to make music?
I think for me, I mean, I don't know. I really liked Mary J. Blige when I was younger. I feel like I used to sing a lot to her songs.
Shout out Mary J. Blige. You see what she did at the Super Bowl too.
Right. I was getting ready to say that. Yep.
Oh my God, I love her. And she looks fabulous. I don't know how old she is now, but
she's in her 50s.
God, her
she's
body
early 50s.
And like, oh,
yeah,
so
I'm in my 30s and I look like I'm 60, and I mean they're in their 50s and 60s.
Hey, dude, hey, listen, we don't talk about each other like that, dude. Right now, listen.
30s are great.
Joe Exotic is somewhere eating his heart out, dude. You are closer to killing Carol Baskin than he will ever get right now, dude. I'll tell you that right now, dude.
That bitch Carol Baskin. But
go ahead. You were saying Mary J. Blige?
Oh yeah, so Mary J. Blige. I'm really into like down tempo stuff. I don't really listen to the type of music that they play.
That's interesting. That's interesting though.
I think all the bands, with the exception of maybe like Sleep Token, currently, I think all of the bands that, Jeffy and, Mundo listen to and Ryan listen to are like way different than what I listen to.
What's up, Dan C? So Dan C is the goat in the beard community. So I used to say Donnie Band in chat, checking in from the hotel room with the kids next to me. So his daughter, Violet, is mean mugging him right now. So that's his cue. He's just popping in to say hello. So if you ever get a chance, check out Dan C on YouTube. Any of your beard needs, he's got you taken care of there. So thanks for coming in there, Dan C. And yeah, so when it comes to influences, I'm so across the board. I grew up on Pantera, Megadeth. Ted Nugent was my dad's favorite. So I'm literally in an old Fox Body Mustang riding around with my dad. He's blaring Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever, smoking a cigarette. But yeah, so
boy,
true white trash fashion. But yeah, I can listen to any genre. I'm like EDC, rock, metal. And I just music for me, and I think that's why I'm so passionate, kind of about music, is I think everyone can relate to music for one, and music has gotten probably all of us through something at one point or another. So,
facts.
And that's just kind of what draws me into the music industry, because I'm not talented enough to play or sing. So I just talk, but so I just talk and interview bands. So that's what I do, and get to know the bands and have fun doing so. But
I bet you play a mean kazoo, bro.
Right.
A mean kazoo, dude.
I've always wanted to play the bagpipes because I'm Irish and Polish, but
dude, listen.
Like I said, I don't have the patience to learn it.
Listen, if we're coming back for a second installment of this, dude, if there's no bagpipes, count us out, bro. Because you nailed the outfit, right. You've got the beard. Listen, I need bagpipes, dude. Like this is America, and as you know, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So,
all right. So should I mean, do I have to have a kilt as well?
Or can I go
kilt free? Okay, all right.
No, but that would be a nice touch,
right? I mean,
dude, listen, go for it.
The leopard shirt, the kilt, and playing the bagpipe. So, all right, yeah, that's my assignment. I understood it. All right, got it.
Yeah, dude, and you got a lot of really good influences too. Some of those influences have influenced me, especially in terms of drums. Like what I loved about Megadeth is every single drummer they had just absolutely wipes the floor with Lars Ulrich. So I love that. Pantera, Vinnie Paul, rest in peace. I definitely grew up on, 80s hair metal, as a result of my dad. My mom grew up, I grew up in a Latino household. So there's a lot of Maná, a lot of Selena and Celia Cruz and, and then.
Don't get me started on Shakira. Shakira. Oh, if I could marry Shakira, I would marry Shakira.
Don't lie, bro. Hips don't lie. Hers don't either. Man. Don't get me started, dude. But yeah, so yeah, there was definitely some Shakira, some Thalia, you know what I mean? So definitely grew up, around a lot of music, and then just to kind of see how things have evolved. I listen to a lot of hip hop as well. Jeffy listens to a lot of hip hop, so I think with us, there's really no.
We don't really have a boundary.
Yeah, there's really no boundaries with us, and I think that's super awesome. You know what I mean? Like some of the new material we're working on, it sounds nothing like Crush. It sounds nothing like, 88 miles an hour, which we're changing the Time Machine. Even Eyes on Fire. Like we're really trying to play with the spectrum. I think with this new material, which is super exciting.
Yeah, I think we're retaining the continuity though of kind of like our roots, So
no, for sure. Listen, we're a rock band, dude. Like, we got distorted guitars, we got fat bass lines and drum grooves, and obviously we've got Avril Lavigne on the ones and twos. So.
Right. So the only thing I could think of that would make it better is mashing a little rap into it. Like you said, you have a lot of rap influence, putting a little bit of electronic, a little bit of rock, and a little bit of rap.
Yeah, we talked about features. Yeah, we definitely talked about maybe having a hip hop feature somewhere in there. Like Jeffy's definitely what I love about Jeffy. A lot of drummers that are in bands, specifically speaking with the drummer's role, when it comes to the conception of songs, drummers really want to be present for that, and they're really, I can't say territorial, but they want to be a part of that process of creating. We are the backbone of the band. You know what I mean?
Right.
And with like if Jeffy could physically play drums the way that he programs them, he would be one of the best drummers in the world. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of trust that I have with him when he writes a song and programs the drums with them. And in a lot of cases, I end up just kind of putting a little bit of my feel over it. But for the most part, he's kind of in my head already, and I love what he does. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. He gave us 18 songs last night.
yeah,
to
dude.
go through. Yeah.
He's like, I know you, but
That's nothing, dude.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm going to pick your brain. I know you, but I'm going to pick your brain. So figure out which one you want.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what he did. He's like, pick your 10 out of the 18 from best to worst, and those are the ones that are going
Yeah.
down. So.
Jeffy just shits out material, dude.
It's really weird.
It's
really weird.
It's weird, but there's something just super remarkable, and I'm super grateful to have somebody as talented as him as a songwriter who's so efficient. His turnaround time is super quick, so things are able to move quickly. And I think all of us being seasoned musicians and being able to, we're not intimidated by that at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely, we definitely know how to just keep the ball rolling and just snowball it into progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a big part. We don't really have egos. There's no power struggle with us. It's just kind of like
everyone meshes, and and you can tell in the music just the way it vibes. Because there are some songs you can tell like, they probably don't get along. They hate each other, but for example, Five Finger Death Punch, like great singer, but he had an addiction, and they said, hey, you either get sober, or you're out of the band, kind of deal. So. It's a working relationship with everybody. But so what's up, Alley Cat? Alley Cat is actually a Beard Co, and he has his own radio station on. Sorry, Gary, I don't remember where it's on, but his Beard Co is based on like punk rock and stuff like that. So thanks for coming in, Alley Cat. Dan C's always on a trip. That's that $1 million he makes apparently. But anyway, so who? If you could have on your show or play with, who would be station head? All right, yep. Alley Cat has a radio station on Station Head, so I couldn't remember that, but you can all check that out. And
cool.
So if you could play with or hang out with somebody, past, present, future, in the music industry, who would it be? For me, I'm going to say Garth Brooks. Because I grew up on Garth Brooks, and then I would probably say, Ted Nugent's still around, so Ted Nugent. But yeah, Garth Brooks is probably like the GOAT to me. So in the country world,
he is, right? And he's like, I don't know.
He is one of the highest grossing artists of all time, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's no joke.
He's got to be up there with like Dolly Parton. It's got to be that big.
It's out of control.
He's like
for sure.
Yeah. Country music.
He sold out Cardinal Stadium 2 nights in a row, dude. 75,000 people out here, dude. Like
he is country music. That's it.
Yeah, he hit for real.
We had he had 4 shows in Orlando that he sold out. So he's coming back this year. I'm going to try to make it, but you know how his tickets are. They get up there. What's up, Pampered Chef? Thanks for coming in. You're late, respectfully. No worries. It's a pleasure to have you. But so his stadium tours are crazy. And it's just like even people that aren't in the country want to go because it's Garth Brooks. It's like,
I know.
You don't know when you're going to see him next. It's kind of like George Strait, where he's like, I'm going to retire, but I'm only retiring for 3 years, and then I'm going to come back. But I saw him.
Did you see his? Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but did you see his new documentary that came out?
I didn't, not yet.
Dude, if you're a Garth Brooks fan, you need to see that. It's super inspiring. Like, it's from the inception of his career to when he decided to take his hiatus and just raise his 3 girls, and like they built this huge bridge. Like he owns a bunch of land, and like they spent like 4 years every summer like building it with concrete, like erecting the steel, like the whole bit, dude, and then deciding to get back into the music industry. Yeah, he is an amazing human being. So that's awesome that you said Garth Brooks. I would he'd totally be somebody I'd want to hang out with for
I
sure
would
too.
totally want to hang out with Garth Brooks too.
Well, who else though? Who else would you want to hang out with?
Well, right now I'm obsessed with Sleep Token, so.
You gotta
So
check out
Sleep
Sleep
Token.
Token out of the UK, dude.
Okay. Yep. Definitely check him out. It's first I'm hearing of it, but
Oh my
yeah,
God, his voice is
Yeah.
like.
Sleep Token. I'm gonna check them out. So
They do a cover. I would say the introduction to Sleep Token, the way Jeffy introduced me to them, and he even said, and it was a bold statement because I'm very my ear is very particular, but he said this is going to be one of your new favorite bands, and he was right. But the song he gave me was they do a cover of Hey Ya by Outkast.
Okay.
So beautiful.
And it is the complete opposite of that vibe. It's slowed down. It's the singer and a piano, and it's so slowed down, and it completely changes the context of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like it's
Okay.
very, very,
Impactful.
very impactful, very deep.
Yeah.
And it's the same lyrics, but just the interpretation of it, it just made it so somber and very. It's one of, for me, as far as like covers are concerned, like it's one of the best covers I've ever heard for sure.
It's a really rad
Yeah.
Donnie, did
That's
you
it?
like
Sleep
Chris
Token?
Gaines' persona?
What?
Exactly. So Sleep Token. All right.
Who else?
Who else?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I like
I,
Tax Rates.
I was expecting Avril Lavigne, but no, never mind.
Oh shit.
You broke my heart. No, I'm just playing.
Ah, damn it.
What's up, Bearded Accountant? Thanks for coming in.
No, I don't think I would want to meet her.
No,
I mean,
she's
I'm sure she's pretty cool.
sure she's
And
nice,
she's
dude.
Canadian, so
Yeah.
Canadians are
I'm
all
sure
cool.
she's
But yeah, I want to know what the guy looks like from Sleep Token. That's the other thing about Sleep Token.
yeah.
They all wear masks.
They're
so
masked
no
up,
one
dude.
knows who they are.
Got the mystique going on, bro.
Very mysterious.
So it's like when you finally meet them or they unmask, it's like kind of like you and I, like, oh, there's the name to the face.
I know.
And,
I hope I'm not as disappointed as I was with The Mandalorian. Because when he took his mask off, I was like, boo.
Like, really?
all this for that? Really? Come on now.
He is so good looking, and they had to capture him in the worst possible light. And he just looked like, thank you.
So
2 years of the COVID-19 panini, and this is what we get?
I know.
right.
Come on, bro.
But so who would what was your first concert? So I'm going back not years ago, but so I was 13. My first concert was Kiss. And yes, my mom took me to Kiss at 13. The only thing I remember is smelling weed and seeing boobies all over the place. And I was like, I'm in heaven. This is what I want, you know. So it's everyone's like flashing. And then it was Korn and Rob Zombie shortly after that. And don't ask me why my mom took me to these concerts, but I grew up,
Your mom's rad, dude.
Right. Like listening to Rob Zombie, Korn, Sublime. And I was known in school as the Korn kid. I like every day I had a Korn shirt on. So I still get the you know, the people I went to school that are like, do you still have that Korn shirt? Nah, that's far gone. It's done ripped up by now. So
Oh.
That's all right. For me, my first concert ever, I was 12. My parents took me to see Spanish rock band Maná, and they're like the Spanish Beatles, dude. Like Spanish Police Beatles. They're probably the biggest rock band to ever come out of Mexico. And I had been listening to them since I was a kid, and like I got a hold. They had an MTV Unplugged VHS tape that I got a hold of, and so that was like for a long time that was like the closest I ever had to seeing them live in concert. But seeing them live in concert and then being my first concert, that night changed my life, and it is the reason that I'm here sitting before you right now. The minute I saw my hero behind the drums, Alex Gonzalez. From the first note he smacked his drums, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And so it was a very, very, very important show.
So you need to get in touch with that guy.
Yeah, get in touch with him, dude.
right.
So
you mentioned MTV, and I remember back then when MTV was cool. We used to wake up for school, get ready, and we'd have MTV on, and all it was is music. You know, we'd be getting ready for music. We didn't have the reality TV back then. We had like you watched the music video. That's what you watched. So
Right.
we got another good question. So what are some of your goals for this year?
To play with Sleep Token? No, I'm kidding.
All right. I'm literally, let me write this in my notes. I'm going to write this down. Sleep Token. Please
You'll
reach out to Don't
understand, dude.
Panic.
I promise you will understand, dude. I mean, that's
No,
definite.
they're so fantastic. But anyways, okay, no. So goals this year, we're releasing an album. You know, obviously during the year we'll be touring and we'll also be releasing singles as we go. You know, and then I think towards the end of the year we're going to be releasing the entire album. Our management company is, you know, helping us get in front of some labels. So
Okay.
if that's, you know, the right move for us, then that's the right move. You know, we'll take it as it comes, but I can't say that that's a goal, but it's definitely on the table.
We're open to it, dude. Like we're open to whatever. You know, I think that's one of the reasons I really love being in this band is just we're so open minded. So it's not just about the music, but open to opportunities. I think you know, when the band decided to take a break a while ago and now we're back, me and Dylan were just on the same page as just like, hey, if it makes sense, let's just say yes to it. And
We're not turning
just
anything
one thing after another, it's just been moving in the right direction. So that I think you know, we've got a show coming up here in Phoenix at the Rebel Lounge, March 11th. So I think doing some cool creative stuff with our live performances, I think will be cool. Some lights, maybe some stage props. Dylan's really big into her wardrobe, and you know, and we're talking about masks and stuff. So we really want to get creative with it. On top of that, I was talking to her about this last night. The Super Bowl's coming to Phoenix next year, so
Oh, nice. Okay.
so everybody's going to be here. So
Right.
I think by this time next year, I'm really looking forward to what.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, we want to play the Super Bowl, obviously. You know what I mean. But I think this time next year, you know what I mean. I think I'm really looking forward to see, you know, how much we progress within the year as far not just our, you know, our music, you know what I mean? Like I said, we kind of already have an idea of what we want to do as far as like the music we want to release, but I'm really looking forward to you know, having fun with how we present it to people for sure.
Yeah, and that brings me, like, I have some context behind the scenes, so we'll talk about that off air, but you know, kind of help any way I can. You know, I like to see the bands grow and do what they can do. So let's pop up to some of the comments that we missed. I love Korn. Primus is my favorite. I've never been to their concert though. I like Korn. I've went one time. What's up, Bearded Wolf? Thanks for coming in. Ellie says, I'm still sad. I won tickets to Korn 3 times as a teen, but I was grounded, or my mom didn't give me the tickets till the day after. Same thing with staying.
3 times?
Right.
Oh, I think your mom owes you tickets.
Right. Your mom was mean.
Give me your number. I'll call her right now, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna call her. Get her on the
I'll
phone.
fucking call her right now. I'm not even kidding.
Really? You made Ellie? Ellie is fantastic. Like she does like I keep telling her she does these crazy concoctions of Oreos. So like Oreo, she started with Oreo and water, and then it was like Oreo and some other stuff. So I'm like, you literally need to go on TikTok and just make Oreo and like crazy concoction videos, and like you're gonna be like Insta famous. And
Totally.
but when I went to Pledge of Allegiance, 01, Mudvayne and Rammstein both backed out of the day I went. Still bitter. I would be bitter too if both of those backed out. Those are some heavy hitters back then.
Bands, yeah.
Did you hear the new Korn record?
I'm a little, I like it, but it's not the Korn I grew up on.
Sure.
I guess it's, I guess that's you get old, you know. I guess
they're matured, man. They're definitely matured for sure.
And he had a, so he had, not, I don't want to say out of body experience, but he, like he converted to Christianity, which I don't talk about religion or politics on the show. Those are two things I do not touch.
No, Brian. He's talking about Brian Head.
Right.
He's talking about Head. Who he lives out here, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. He lives out here in Phoenix, Brian.
So he, not that he changed, but he has a little more influence from that side than, you know, the other side. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, like not that it's not horrible, but you know, growing up on Korn, it's definitely different than the previous Korn. So, I'd love to
We're
see them,
definitely partying a lot.
right? But they're coming to Rockville in May, so if all goes well, I'll be out there interviewing some bands, enjoying the festivities.
Sweet.
If I interview Korn, I might pass out and die, but it's a hope of mine one day that I can interview Korn in them.
Dude,
But
just pack smelling salts, dude.
right, just
Smelling
like
salts
bam.
would be
All
all
right,
right.
I'm alive. What's up? Yeah. So the crazy thing, this previous Welcome to Rockville, a female fronted band, which there aren't a ton of female fronted bands, so props to you. But so there was a female fronted band, and literally brought a dude on stage, like took her pants down, and like the dude was open for it. He just like and peed in his mouth. So yeah, needless to say, they're banned from any more festivals, but they got a ton of publicity from that. So I don't know, like, am I going to get banned or am I going to have a ton of publicity? I don't know what one is better, but yeah, I mean, that was the crazy story of Rockville. That's all you heard about. So
yeah, I'm thinking maybe I won't pee on anybody,
right.
Whether they want it or not. But Jeffy did tell somebody on stage once that he would pee on them, and that was kind of funny.
I remember going to like Taste of Chaos and like Vans Warped Tour, and Gore was playing, and this is the first time I ever saw Gore. And literally, obviously, it's not real blood, but he's like has the suit on, and he's like peeing out blood on the crowd, and I'm like, what the hell did I get myself into? Like, I didn't sign up for this, but yeah, I mean, it was a good concert, but I mean, Gore is Gore, so
yeah. So you want to go? Okay, so Slipknot. You got to go see a Slipknot show, and stand as close to clown as you possibly can, because everything that happens to that dude is in real life. He vomits, he like spit. It's crazy. He is like fighting demons on stage.
Slipknot is a great time, dude.
On stage.
He's like, I'm totally effed up. Yeah. I can't see straight. I can play the guitar, but let me puke.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like drugs or if it's nerves. I don't think it's drugs. I don't think they do that anymore. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not gonna speculate.
Right, we're not gonna speculate on that, but
I'm not gonna
something.
Speculate.
So,
but something is going on, like nerves or whatever. I don't know. But the last time I saw them play live, he was just like vomiting and like it was wild.
Yeah, they were growing up, they were a crazy band. It's like, oh, like, like the parents were like, you can't watch them. That's like the devil. But now they're a little more mainstream. And so mental health is so much in the open now. It's more talked about than previous.
Oh, yeah.
I struggle with mental health. I'm sure a lot of us struggle with mental health. Like 4 years ago, I would have been ashamed to say, hey, I struggle with mental health. But, there's so many avenues and it's kind of opened up. It's not taboo like it used to be. So,
right.
And he could be dealing with mental health issues. Who knows? So,
totally.
And that's kind of where my mind went is, maybe he's having some mental health issues, because when I do the shows, I get very anxious beforehand. That's probably why I drink a beer or two, but, just to kind of calm my nerves. But, so
that's why I'm saying maybe it's like a nerves kind of thing. Maybe it's like, he's got a lot of adrenaline going, and then anxiety and this, that, and the other thing.
But think about it like this too, dude. Like, as weird and grotesque as it might be, whatever the stage antics are, I can't think of a better way for somebody who suffers from mental illness to
overcome it.
Yeah, overcome it, self-medicate through music and creating, and they switch up their masks almost every album now, you know what I mean? Their jumpsuits. And so for them to be able, who would Clown be if he didn't have Slipknot? Would he be in prison? Would he be, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's super important, because Don't Panic is definitely a godsend for me, as far as the things that, I encounter, in the outside world with other people, real life situations, and how to have a band amongst people who can relate to that as well. And to be able for all of us to kind of just channel that into the music and into the room and do something special with it, and have people relate to it and appreciate it. And I
Right.
think it's wonderful, dude. I think music is one of the best medicines for anybody suffering from mental illness, for sure.
For sure. It's like the outlet to the world, the medicine to the world. So music is that's what music is. So Josh Allen pukes every time before every NFL game. Probably the nerves. Like if I'm playing on a stage like that, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. But Ellie, I guess I was lucky. My mom would steal my CDs, including Manson and Linkin Park. She'd also jam ICP with me though, or LOL.
Shout out, mom,
Okay,
dude.
right? So your mom is kind of cool, but she wouldn't let you go to court, so she's not cool, but she's really cool.
So did she take your tickets and go to Corn without you?
Right. She's like, you know what? You're not going to Corn. I'm going to Corn. Like,
Nice.
sorry about your luck. But haven't seen ICP in concert. Manson in concert was a little different. It was a good time. And then Linkin Park. Linkin Park to me will never be the same. Without Chester. So
Another hometown hero, dude. A lot of people don't know that.
He's from here.
Another Phoenix boy.
So being in Phoenix, are you big into Dixon's down there? I know it's a huge clothing brand for most of us, but so this is a
Dixon
Dixon
flannel.
shirt. Yep.
I mean, I can't say I'm huge into them, but like I see them everywhere for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're out of Arizona as well. So Ellie, exactly. Music is therapy. So
hey, dude, I'm all about the flannel. It's hard not to look at somebody who's wearing flannel and just be like, yo, dude, Seattle grunge days are over, bro. You look like you just took Pearl Jam just way too serious, bro.
I don't know. I feel like I like flannel. I feel like guys look sexy in flannel.
Flannel
I'll be
and
right back,
beards.
dude.
Right, let me go get my flannel. But nah, she went to Elton John without me. That sucks.
Your mom did?
I would be more upset about that.
Your mom went to Elton John without you?
Right? She's banned. Right. No, so my mom loves Elton John, and he came to Orlando, and I was just like, nope, I love you, Mom, but I'm not paying that much for tickets. Sorry about your luck. Like his even like the nosebleeds are in the hundreds of dollars. I'm like, one, I'm not sitting in the nosebleed seats. Two, I'm not paying that much for a nosebleed seat. So you're SOL. Listen to him on the radio.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like you have every CD, so you can listen to that too. So, but so how, and that brings me kind of brainstorming. How does the world today, before we used to have records, before we had cassettes, and now everything is digital. So how do you think that plays a role in the music industry? So like me, I collect CDs, I collect vinyls, I collect all the old school stuff because I like it, but internet and Spotify, and that's the cool thing these days. So
I think one for us as musicians have it's made us rethink how our delivery, so maybe we don't release. That's the reason why we've released just EPs, something very short and sweet, and kind of gets to the point, and then we can move on, kind of thing. Writing a full length and then releasing it. There's maybe 4 or 5 songs on there that people are going to gravitate towards, and that's it. And maybe they don't listen to the rest of the album, so you have to make sure that every song that you're putting out is like it's top notch. Otherwise, it'll get buried in the multitude of.
Yeah, dude. And stemming off of what she's saying, I mean, we live in a world right now where we're so addicted to like bite-sized music clips, TikTok, reels, stories, and stuff like that. So I really feel like the key, and something we take into consideration when writing music too, is you got 15 seconds to close the deal on somebody's attention span. You know what I mean? Because I can't say that nobody listens to full-length albums anymore. I think that's the trend is starting to come back to that. You have to be interesting, and be sustainable. As crazy as he is right now, and as much of a child as he's acting like, I think what Kanye West just did with that stem player is that could potentially change the music game, where you're not You're not going to any streaming services or whatever. You're coming out with your own listening device with your album on it, and it's the only way to listen to the music. You know what I mean? I think that's different. I think that's interesting. But at the same time, you're putting yourself up for a lot of scrutiny if your whole album sucks. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but
I
I
paid
think
this for that, type of deal. But no, you're absolutely correct. So we're in the day and age where in 15 seconds, if it doesn't capture my attention, oh, next, I'm skipping the track. I'm going to the next one. If that one
right.
doesn't catch it, all right, next. So, but Crush, like literally right from the beginning, caught my attention, and I'll rock out, like, check it out, Crush. Like, that's my jam. Don't panic. Check them out. Like, yes.
We did it for you, dude. I mean,
Apparently you did, because literally I'm like singing in my underwear, walking around the house, and
we're
they're
here,
like,
dude.
they're
And
like,
you're
"What are
in
you
your
doing?"
Liger coat right now, dude. And
Right.
I'm a little disturbed at how turned on I am by your entire ensemble right now, dude. It's
Well,
really working for you.
well, you should ask all the folks in the beer community that are in here about my assless chaps. So yes, apparently I wear assless chaps around. So
Dude, listen, just add to cart. Let's check out right now,
right,
dude.
right. Check out. No, I do not accept. What are those? Afterpay and whatever. No, one time sum. That's it.
I will cash app you right now, dude.
But yeah, so it's been great talking to you. It's we're almost an hour in. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'll go all night. I'm a talkative person, but I know you guys have a ton of things to do. So yeah, let's wrap it up. What should we hit next? Other than Spotify?
Don'tPanicTheBand.com. Yeah, we're on all the streaming services, dude, but Don'tPanicTheBand.com.
You can find everything on the website. We have a link to all of our all the platforms, all of the popular ones.
Yep. So, and I want to say, make sure you put "Don't Panic the Band," because if you don't, another "Don't Panic" comes up. Not that I'm endorsing them, but make sure you put the band in. Otherwise, there's two similar names out there. So, "Don't Panic the Band" .com is where you want to go, and they're on Spotify, Apple Music, and all the streaming devices that you can think of. So make sure you check them out. Their most recent release, "Eyes on Fire" and 88 miles per hour. And Ellie, thank you. There we go. Don't Panic the Band. And
Oh, thank you, hon. She posted the link to the website for everybody. Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then on Instagram, same thing. We're pretty active on Instagram. Like I said, we all have our own personal lives. We have jobs and stuff like that, and parents and and children. She's a wonderful mom, and so we try to be as active as we can on social media and engage with our audience for sure.
Yeah.
But we're total goofballs, dude, and like we like funny stuff. Send us memes, send us TikToks, like we'll watch them.
Send us all the funny
Send us
reels.
all the funny reels, dude.
Oh my
Like,
God.
yeah,
We have
we.
people sending us reels like all day long, and it's just hilarious. Like some of the stuff that people find on the internet.
Yeah.
right. So, and that's my personality. I'm like wacky. I'm crazy. So we went up to the farm in Virginia not long ago, and I was like, we went on. It was 3 miles. I think it was 3 miles each way, 2 or 3 miles each way, and there was a waterfall up top. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put my Speedo on. I'm gonna get in my unicorn float, and I'm gonna ride over the waterfall. Like,
dude, I need to party with you, dude.
Like,
Speedo, unicorn, what?
right? That's like the epic TikTok video. And then after this long hike, and I'm out of shape and I'm fat and I drink beer, and I'm like, oh, we finally made it. And there's a ton of rocks at the bottom of the waterfall. So I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. I'm not riding over a waterfall with a ton of rocks at the bottom. I'm going to die. So, yes, I'm currently in the search of a waterfall that I can ride a unicorn float in my Speedo over. But yeah, that's my personality.
I love it, dude. Listen, I will change my name to Waterfall, dude, and you can ride me. Just kidding.
Got him.
Not really.
Bump, bump.
Not really.
All right, so when we're in Florida, we're gonna have to hang out with you because.
Oh, for sure. I got all the cool spots. I'm literally 2 miles from Disney, so.
Sweet. Just get. Like, I need the strongest mosquito repellent you have when we get out there, dude. Just promise me you'll hook it up because all this money we spend on all these weapons and stuff like that, not 1 cent is allocated towards the eradication of mosquitoes, dude. And I know
they'll pick you up down here. They'll carry you away.
That's what I'm saying. So just hook it up. Make sure you hook it up. I'll bring Bush Light.
All right,
You know,
game.
you bring
All
some
right,
chips.
game.
We'll bring some dip. We'll make a party out of it, dude.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I agree. So, folks, this is Don't Panic. You can check them out, don'tpanictheband.com, Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming devices out there. And thank you for your time, and thank you for coming on. Any final words?
Thank you so much for having us.
It's been a pleasure.
One of the most fun podcasts.
Yeah, thank you. And in the wise words of Jerry Springer, take care of yourselves and each other.
Oh, that's great. And that's it. We'll see you later, folks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.